Hey y'all, we're back with a brand new episode of Point of View. Before we dive in, let's give a big welcome to our guest co-host, Ree. Hey girl.
How you doing?
We decided to give her some Afro gear, y'all.
You feel me?
Listen, I do have Afro gear, but I haven't worn it yet, but y'all are just tempting me here. But coming up on today's show, Gayle King says she is disappointed that people and some of her fans aren't really fans of her all-female space mission, and we're continuing that conversation along with a few more hot topics. Then later in Girlfriend's Guide, we're talking about the viral story of a woman who dropped $10,000 on a relationship coach for dating advice. So pull up a seat, join the discussion. You're watching POV. So Gayle is speaking out again, this time to defend her recent mission to space with the all-female Blue Origin crew. As we all know by now, the reactions have been mixed, and these ladies have been catching a lot of backlash. So what does Gayle have to say this time? Let's take a look.
This is what bothers me, because I've certainly read some of the things online coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends. Space is not an either or, it's a both and because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. There was nothing frivolous about what we did. So, I'm very disappointed and very saddened by it. And I also say this, what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that. I've had so many women and young girls reach out to me, and men too, by the way, men too, that say, wow, I never thought I could do that, but I see you doing it at this stage of my life. Who would have thunk it? Not me. This is what...
Is that a pink strip in her head?
Let me find out if Gayle is cloud, not cloud, because she was up in the clouds. Is she cloud chasing? Because I'm a little bit confused here. You want people to feel empowered and inspired by what you did, but be careful, baby girl. Don't get excommunicated or cut off from the Jeff Bezos wedding list while you're talking about what they want to do with the trash, take it off Earth. All of the pollutants and trash
and
that
put
we
it
have,
in space?
and put it in space.
That sounds
weird.
Humans
crazy.
I'm telling you, we
really
know
crazy.
no boundaries.
But perhaps it stays in space and just floats out there, just be like, shh.
And what about
and never comes down.
the aliens on other planets?
Okay, hello.
That could easily just shoot something back over into.
What about the ones that they
wouldn't
say
like
are
it.
hovering right now over the Atlantic Ocean? They're probably up here because of some trash y'all done put up there already.
Wait a minute, time out, baby. They said some aliens over the Atlantic Ocean.
Listen, don't get me to start it
please.
now.
Let's stay on
you
topic.
go down the TikTok.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
What?
I just can't believe Gayle is really being so dramatic over the situation. This was clearly nonsense. It was clearly a publicity stunt for whatever, or a distraction from whatever is actually going on. They probably, like I said yesterday, they probably passed a bill and we didn't even know about it because we too busy worried about women going to space.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I do want to say is why, and this is not a black and white thing, but why are black people always over advocating? None of these other color people that we saw that was on
But
this
nothing they
Blue
got to do with
Origin,
them.
they ain't saying nothing about it.
Because they put us to the front to try to have everybody else follow suit, baby. We is not
for
them kind.
entertainment
For entertainment,
purposes.
entertainment for one.
So they must
but to
be a
try to make us,
distraction.
baby, no. We is
Exactly,
not
and
them.
$150,000 down payment to go up to space for 11 minutes. It's a down payment now.
No.
We can't even afford eggs, and y'all are trying to entice us to pay $150,000, and they go
Talking
for 11
about
minutes.
she inspired
Yeah.
women and children to do what?
Right.
Yeah, to
She
do
act like she was
exactly
training
right.
for this.
Yes, I don't know exactly what. This was explained to me last night, what it was about, and I guess it's some historical event because it was men before.
But it was fake.
Long time ago, but now it's a crew of women that have gone up there. But I still don't understand the point. I get the trash. But I didn't realize.
You get the trash?
I didn't realize it was to put the trash up there. I'm like, so
Okay.
you want to remove the trash and put it up there in space, but then you're worried
Look
about
at this video.
asteroids
They don't
coming
look like
down.
they doing nothing
I don't
at
understand.
all to be inspiration for anything. They up there taking selfies. Well, how is this inspirational to anybody? And dancing around. Katy Perry up there with a flower. You took a flower from Earth to space? For what?
But it's just that part of space. It's not really out there.
This
I don't
is
believe
my
they were really in space.
How do you get out of Earth, and then you look at Earth, and then you say, "Oh yeah, Earth is so dirty down there." How you know? Like, how do you know? Like, y'all just
Well, it's
come
$2
back
million
down there.
to go, but if she can do it, then apparently we can do it too. Fund us the $2 million.
Why didn't Oprah go?
And we'll go look.
With Gayle.
Listen, listen, Oprah know better, honey.
Exactly.
Listen, we don't heard Oprah. She been on.
It was a waste of time, is what it was.
Listen, and I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say I love me some Gayle, but anyways. But what I do want to say is they better stay down here where all of the Botox and everything else that they are getting works, baby, because you taking that face up to outer space and that looking 10 times as tired.
Imagine it explodes or something.
Lord, listen.
Or the garbage that they want to take up there. What? You want
First
to
of
take
all,
up garbage into space and you're concerned
It just
about the
looked like they
asteroids?
built this make-believe spaceship, because look at that thing. Is it really going into space? Like, look at it.
Y'all
I could have made
let me
that.
say nothing.
Look at this. Like, they went to the middle of the desert somewhere and put a green screen up and made it look like they were somewhere else.
I agree.
Come on, how do they make movies?
Yeah.
Let's be so for real.
And they
how
look
do
so
they
real,
make,
those movies.
Exactly.
So real.
Exactly.
And then,
But how will we know? We've
Come
never
on.
seen it. I have
Come
not
on.
seen space with my eyes. I have not seen up in the cosmos with my own eyes. I need to see it myself because I don't.
Just
They're
my
never
thing
gonna
is
show you
this.
what's real.
Humans do too much. Why are we going to a whole? Why are we trying to go out of Earth? Is Earth not enough?
It's the God-like complex.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. People want to be God. But the question is, if you guys were invited to go to space tomorrow for free,
Hey, no.
would you go? Or
No.
would you side eye
That
the whole
sounds like
thing?
them stupid
Well, that's
people that
not
went
hard
down there in that submarine.
Correct.
I feel like that was
I'm not
fake
really
too.
seeing anything.
Listen, so would y'all go?
No.
No,
I'm not seeing it.
That's
nobody's
like-
going to space.
None of us are going.
No, that's insulting for me. Don't you ever think I'm that slow.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm telling you, baby, I'm gonna be right where God placed me, honey.
Exactly,
If
right
he wanted
here.
me in space, he would have took me there. Okay, but on to our next topic. On a serious note, there's an update on the case that first made headlines in 2022. Former Baltimore officer James Weems has just been sentenced to life in prison for sexually abusing children at his ex-wife's daycare. Yes, this is the same ex-wife, Shantaria Weems, who shot him after finding out. She's currently serving a 4-year sentence for pulling the trigger, but many are still calling for her to walk free. So, I mean, I would say she should walk free.
Yeah.
But luckily, she got a 4-year sentence. It was 2022, baby. You may got another 90 days, baby. You're almost free. Just come on and get out and do good. But what's going on?
Well, I hope it's not on her record. I mean, she doesn't need that on her record, so she can't, operate another business and open up a daycare.
She's not getting another daycare.
She's protecting these children. I mean, of course, we know murder's not right. Right, we got it. But, at some point, who's going to stop this man?
Not just breeze past murder like
Right,
that. Like,
right. But in this case, I mean, she's protecting children. I mean, you
Yeah.
got people who lead this
commendable.
world.
It's commendable.
We have people who lead
It's a
this.
50-50
Wait, I'm
though.
not finished. We have people who lead this world
Really?
that do not
Right.
want to protect the children, and yet here's someone who says, "I'm going to protect these children, these other people's children," and now we want to lock her up. I mean, they did this to the woman in Alabama, was it, who trying to raise money to feed the kids because, well, nobody else wants to do it. They're the leadership, but yet you want to stop people from being able to protect children. We know the murder isn't right, but she was protecting those children.
It's the
100%.
fact that so many, you see so many things happen like this where the wife will take up for the husband.
Right.
This wife did the absolute
Yeah.
opposite.
She said,
and
"Not
shot
today."
him. But she should be free. I don't think she should have served a day, and I'm not even exaggerating. She should not have went to jail at all. He was doing that to a kid. He has damaged these kids and whatever children for the rest of their life. They're stuck with this. And then I shot him. What? He ain't supposed to get shot? I ain't God, but
Yeah, my
Right.
grandmother, she used to always tell us about when she was coming up in Jamaica, they had a thing called jungle justice, and so I used to wish even as a kid that America had something like that, but I
We
thank
had
God
street
for
justice.
grace and mercy. Yeah, the street justice,
Not the same as the jungle, though.
no, not the same as jungle justice. Like if you they would cut off your hand or your
Yeah.
finger, so something similar to that. But I mean, who would imagine what they would have cut off on him, baby? But anyways, Lord, this is not even funny.
Wait, sorry, Junior was trying to say something because I was
I'm
like
sorry,
trying to
Junior.
finish.
Girl, lost my mind. No, I was gonna say it's like a 50-50 because, like, of course we understand how the laws work, and it's absolutely wrong to take another life, but at the same time, like you said, like she was protecting these kids. So it's
And
like
he died.
you got
No.
oh
No, he got life in
oh
prison.
yes. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so he
is
all
he
right.
getting the chair or
No,
the shot,
he
the
got
needle?
life in prison.
Oh,
Yeah, and
that's
so
it.
yeah, and so a lot of people are confused that he got life in prison. You know, he's the abuser, so it's rightfully so. But the woman that stopped him was also behind bars, and I mean, we wish that the justice system had a little bit more justice on it. But you know, it is what it is. Honestly, the blessing is that she didn't get like a crazy, sentence.
She is a hero in
she
some
stopped
sense, but yeah, at the same time, she did. You know,
But it's like
it wasn't
4
self-defense.
years
You
in
know,
prison. Like what? No.
But she still snapped though, you know, and so I think at the same time it kind of has to set some type of example or standard, because, you know, there are going to be plenty of other opportunities where people can try to make something justifiable.
Right.
You know, even though she technically was justified, but justifiable doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was self-defense though for the kids. I like that. It was self-defense for the kids.
It was some kind of defense.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
They couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm sure the parents, you know, probably really have a respect for her though, you know, because initially it happened at her practice or her daycare. I'm sure they were mad,
that's so scary.
outraged
That would
to
make
see
people
that
not want
it
to
affected her as well.
go to daycares, like
Yeah.
or take their kids to daycares.
And what was he doing going there? What, you know, why was he there anyway?
Maybe pretending to help out.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, well that's why they
Touching
say don't put
kids.
if you can help it, don't put your kids in daycare until they can talk. Yeah, but I've had kids that had to go at 7-8 weeks, and you know, my 3-year-old, he's about to be 3 now, God willing, he hasn't been yet, so that's a blessing. But we have to take a quick commercial break. Coming up right after this, we have Girlfriend's Guide and Unpopular Opinion. Stay tuned. You're watching POV.
Happy Hump Day. And today, I don't know if y'all saw, but trending on social media is R&B Mount Rushmore. So how do you ladies feel about this lineup? We got Chris Brown, or Lord, that is not Chris Brown. We got Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, Usher, and R. First of all, the only person that looks like themselves is Michael.
Michael, for sure.
How they get Michael
Usher
nose
a
right,
little
but they
bit.
mess
Usher
up
and
Chris
R.
Brown
Kelly.
like that. Chris Brown looks like a chocolate
that's
man.
not him at all.
Brown looked like
He looked like a young Michael.
he looked like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
He do. I'm so confused.
First of all, that is
I
not
don't know.
my man Chris Brown or them.
No,
That's
it's
And
not.
R. Kelly looked like D'Angelo, so are they trying to say it's D'Angelo?
Only thing they got right on R. Kelly was them braids.
But what
Yeah.
about Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross and there was someone else that they were fielding as well.
I mean, they cool and all, but
Ooh.
they ain't them.
But what? They're where they got it from.
Nah, but
yeah.
Hey, say it now.
But
Say
listen,
it.
These
Somebody
this
had to
is
be
like-
the inspiration.
This is like the second pass. What happened to the first one?
But them ones
They got
from
Michael
the
up
old
there.
days ain't doing it like them.
Michael made it.
No, you're right. They did it way better. So, you're right. It was way better.
I'm trying to think of who else y'all think should be a part of this lineup. If it wasn't these four, who?
I don't even know why you put R. Kelly.
Oh my God.
R. Kelly should have lost his seat.
Yes.
And I feel like if Usher wasn't around here and put the chairs in everybody's mouth, he would have lost his seat too. Okay? Chris Brown we know he doing his thing now, but I thought he lost his seat. Everybody up here,
You know what? Tony? I'm not doing
They said
that.
Michael was,
Listen, y'all at home,
molesting
drop
the
down in our
children.
comments who you think should be on R&B Mount Rushmore. We're gonna get back to the show. Lord.
Welcome back. It's that time of the show where we dive into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. All right, y'all. So this one is based on a true story. One woman dropped $10,000 on a relationship coach, and less than a year later, she says it's the best investment she's ever made. And now she's encouraging other women to take their love lives just as serious. Let's take a look at this clip.
I'm 39. I had not been on one date in 2 years. Then I invested $10,000 into my dating coach. Shout out to Amber White. I met my fiance a year ago. He proposed 2 months ago. And now we're getting married in 5 months. People will spend $20,000 on Dr. Miami, $100,000 on higher education, but there are some people in my comments literally cringing at the idea of investing their money and protecting their hearts and their future love lives. So as a CEO of a 7-figure content studio, I'm now the CEO of my love life. I'm 39.
Listen, honey, let's take a moment of silence.
Stressed
Let's have
already.
a moment of silence for her $10,000 investment. Okay?
Moment. Okay, now let's talk about it.
Because first of all, baby, tell us. I want to hear a year after after y'all been married. Engaged, get married in for 2 months, get married in 5 months. Baby, you ain't got no dog in the fight yet.
Except $10,000.
Exactly.
I hope it works.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I get her point saying that people invest in their bodies and invest in, things that I guess she feels like is less important in life. But also, my thing is, like, if you're actually like talking to somebody and like getting like counseling from somebody, like when you actually go on a date with somebody, who are you?
Right.
Are you the counselor talking? Because you can't just stop the date and be like, oh, let me call my counselor real quick and try to figure out the answer to this question that you're asking me.
Right.
So who do you become then? Like, do you stay in your representative state
Or
for
you
the
your
entirety
authentic
of that
self?
relationship? Right. Because then when your real self comes out and this person doesn't accept you, then now what? You just stuck in a marriage with a stranger?
Like a therapist, kind of. So with therapists, they make you dig deep, and then sometimes you grow and you change and stuff like that, and you see like, okay, where you could be wrong in situations and stuff like that. I think like dating coach is like a therapist.
I'm like,
So
if you're being coached, can you really be your authentic self in that relationship or getting to know that person because you're being coached to, I guess,
Like groomed almost to be in
No,
someone
see,
else.
I'm going somewhere else with
Okay,
it
tell
because
us.
I don't feel like it's giving that she had a relationship coach. I feel like that's a better way to say a matchmaker. Because if you're going to pay $10,000, you're probably paying for someone that is vetting other
Like
people.
Hitch.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
that's
matching
what
them.
I
I
thought.
think that's what she paid $10,000 for, baby.
No, I thought it
Wow.
was a matchmaker.
Wow.
They
Now that
just-
makes a lot more
they're just
sense. I'm not gonna
saying
lie.
a
Yeah.
coach.
That makes a lot more sense. So she paid
But if she's calling her a coach, though, it's still a matchmaker.
$10,000.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
how can you
pay
be authentic?
$2 for a matchmaker. Absolutely not. No. Like, I understand people think that, and sometimes maybe it does work for people, but like playing matchmaker and then like falling in love with people that you don't actually know, like that is so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that is so scary to me. Like, I don't know if I would be able to do it. And I'm damn sure not paying $10,000 to do it. But imagine the relationship fail. I need my 10 grand back.
Yeah.
I need it back.
Yeah,
Because
but-
it failed.
Yeah, she did
You
say
weren't
though,
successful.
that she's a 7-figure content studio owner.
That don't matter.
I'm sure the $10,000 didn't hurt her.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I still need that back.
Yeah.
I still need it back.
Well, she don't need it back, baby, because she gonna spend way more than 10 on that wedding they about to have, and I hope she ain't the one paying for it. I hope
she
I hope she
updated her.
matched her. She was matched with someone that had money too. But so consensus, you guys would never consult a matchmaker.
Not for 10 grand.
Not for 10
How
grand.
much would you pay?
I don't know.
I'll just show up.
I don't know about it.
I'll
Just don't be there.
I'm just gonna be there. Well, whatever we can do with this, that's what we got. For real.
We'll do a reality show where you pay me to be on it, and then we can match.
Exactly.
You know what's so funny? Today I was thinking of ideas to do at my content studio, and I was like, dang, maybe like somebody can put together like
Speed dating.
a Christians mingle.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think that'll be something cool where because people always tell they can't find nobody.
I was thinking speed dating for me.
Just
well,
really
it's
be
kind of
Christian.
the same concept. Yeah.
I don't know about the Christian part of it.
Just for
Don't
real
worry
about the
y'all don't
Lord.
want nobody good.
I don't need it to be like that, like in their face. Like, if you are and that's your faith, that's fine. But I don't need you to just be coming here just because you're trying to put your faith on me.
No.
I need you to come here for me.
Everybody is not about putting their faith on you. That's not how this.
Most Christians are.
I say just be
the
a real
Christ-
Christian.
the Bible
just
that
say
you
go out
have
into the world and make disciples
most
of
Christians
men.
That's
are.
Christians who you
Most-
ran into.
Just
most
be
of
about
them.
Jesus for real and not just be talking about
Yes.
it. Be about it. That's the thing.
Yes.
Okay, this could be someone.
Yeah.
That's what
Keep
she's
going.
saying.
Speed dating for Junie B.
Listen, that might be a cool thing to hold.
That's
you to.
not
Put it down.
That's the
I'm gonna
reality
get
show.
everybody and make sure all the men coming as Christian whether you know it or not. But should dating be something that we train for? the way we do for careers, or does it take, the soul out of the love?
I think we should get trained on it, to be honest.
How do you train people to be with people?
But just training how to have like the minimal
compromise.
things,
Yeah.
compromise, how to put your
Like the
pride
therapist
aside.
would.
Download ChatGPT, y'all. She free. She'll help you.
And the Holy Bible app, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, and let the Bible tell you what love is first, and then plug in
then
and
do
play from ChatGPT.
Telling you.
I feel like relationships are situational.
Yeah.
It's situational depending on the person.
Yeah, and because people have so many representatives, so you never know who you meet.
you gonna get.
What stage people are at.
Yeah.
It's just a mess out here, y'all. But honey, that's why I'm not getting back in that dirty dating pool. But all right, y'all. So now it's time to move on to our final segment of the day. Let's get into unpopular opinions. Motivational speaker and podcaster Wallow, he's hilarious if you guys don't know, has started some serious conversation online after sharing his unpopular opinion. He said, I ain't getting finessed off black businesses, calling out blind support and saying either you have a good business or you don't. Let's take a listen.
Either you got a good business or you don't. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. Either you got a good business.
So glad she removed the expletives because there were a lot just in that little moment.
He's from Philly.
Yeah.
I agree with Wallow because everybody loves to say, nobody support black business, whatever. But then you have some businesses that will treat you like you owe them. I'm trying to support you. Like I should get the utmost top, whatever I'm coming to get.
Yeah, because you'll walk
I don't
into
like the entitlement. I feel like
Yeah, it's very entitled.
I feel like this is a conversation that we had like when we were talking about like servers and people in the service industry where they feel entitled to tips. Like I feel like this is kind of that same conversation because I feel like he's right. Like I also support, consistency, just like in the service business. Like if you give me great service, I will tip you well. But if you give me terrible service, then they don't look at me for a tip. I don't care. You decided to get this job just like you decided to start that business. So you need to make sure that your business is up to par and that you're giving great customer service to the customers coming to support your business.
Correct.
Well, sometimes you'll walk into the business. I hate to say it, but now with you guys saying, I understand what he's saying because you be like, what you want? What you come here to get what?
Exactly.
Oh, you want some? What you want on that?
Right.
You're like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
What they say when you go
And what?
or when they say when you go to the Jamaican restaurants, you're like, can I get off there? We don't have that.
Right. As soon as you walk into the Jamaican restaurant, they rolling their eyes.
They mad. They real judgy.
Like, hey ma'am,
so
can I get
judgy.
Is you okay?
Right.
I'm sorry you chose to be here, baby. It's not my fault.
sucking
Okay,
their
I
teeth.
just came to
Put a
eat.
little gravy on that rice, please.
Okay, I just came to
What
get
you
some
want?
good food. I feel like people in the service industry mostly always have attitudes, but I love when I come across people who have small businesses and they're so like attentive.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that so much because I'm like, here, take all my money.
Yeah.
Here, I want to support everything that you have going on, because I love good service.
So
And
what's
that's
a
how our
restaurant?
businesses should be.
Should be.
I mean, our businesses should be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
because we need to set a precedence of how we are supposed to respond to the clientele, how we're supposed to respond to people. And you respond to them politely.
Right.
Kindly, may I help you? Not, what can I help you with?
They could take
you
notes
want?
from Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Chick-fil-A.
So what restaurant do y'all feel always have? Every time you go-
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Chick-fil-A been slacking lately, baby. They don't
Maybe the one by your house, but not by
Their
mine.
customer
They say God
service.
bless
though.
you.
Customer service.
Amazon has good customer service.
The hell they
Oh,
do.
please.
They don't?
Baby, they throw my package
At this point, none of us are reputable.
Please.
What?
But you know who has good customer service? I think there's a local seafood restaurant called Stonington's.
Yeah.
They have good customer service. When I
Really?
go there, even though the lights are so low, I don't know if they're trying to save on the energy bill, baby.
Yeah.
I'm done.
It's so dim in there, but
It's
at least
the
Is it a black place?
it is a black-owned business.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but what I do want to say is I know, Wallow's getting a lot of backlash for his comments, but I really feel like he's not trying to cancel black businesses.
Yeah.
But he's trying to say that we deserve quality too. And I say all the time, when I see my friends that work in corporate America or work for other companies, they have such an amazing business rapport for these other people jobs.
Right.
But if we could just learn to pull out some of those policies and procedures and allocate them to our own businesses, it would be so much of a better quality for Black businesses.
And Black people want to go to Black businesses more.
Exactly.
But sometimes, do you think we get the funding that we?
It's not about funding.
But it's not about the
not about
funding. It's about the mission. It's about the vision, and that's where we're not starting at. We just get an LLC and an EIN in the middle of the night, baby, and we open the business tomorrow. Listen, literally.
With no policy, no
no
standards.
policy, baby, no brand,
No policy, no building, no nothing else. Just, I got the name.
Listen, that's a wrap for today's show, y'all. Before we head out, here's a quote of the day. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear, knowing that what must be done does away with fear. I believe that's Rosa Parks. Don't quote me. We'll catch y'all tomorrow here only on AFROTV.